Hi, Mr. Kane here, and we're going to be looking at plant stuff, the plant cycle. As you can see here before you, it goes around, and the problem with the cycle is you're not quite sure where you should start. Many people start with the plants and go on from there. I tend to prefer to start with the seeds, because plants grow from seeds, but then there are those who say, but the seeds come from the plants, so you've got to start with the plants. So for a change, I'm going to start with the plants. We'll start with the plants. And the three major parts of pretty much any plant: the roots, stems, leaves. We'll look at each of those in a bit more detail, and then we'll in a series of other videos look at some other key parts of this plant cycle. So we'll start with roots. Okay, first thing that comes out of a seed when it germinates. Okay, and down it goes. Here's down the soil, and how on earth does it know to go down? There's some things you'll need to learn about that, and if you go to senior biology at school, you'll probably learn about it there, how roots know to go down. Because you can have the seed planted any which way you like, the root always goes down. What are roots for? Well, they anchor and hold the plant in the ground so it doesn't blow away. Lots of roots there. This is a fibrous root ball. You can also get tap roots which go down deeper. And they're going to be absorbing water and minerals for the plant, important things it needs. It sort of feeds itself in many ways through the roots. And they come up through these little fine things called root hairs. Really fine hair-like extensions of the roots. They're where the water and minerals that's dissolved in the water come into the plants. And they also have a function of holding the soil in place. Often we've planted trees and plants on hillsides to stop the soil being eroded away. So, what's next? Stems. Right. So, what are stems? Okay, they come out next. The roots have become established in the soil, providing the food for the plant, and then the stem pokes itself up through the soil. Once again, how does it know to go up? Similar to roots, but once again, take senior bio and we'll learn about it there. But they always go up. What are stems for? Well, they're the support system for the plant, hold it up to do what it's got to do. And inside the stem you've got the transport system, their veins, their circulation system that's carrying water up from the roots, and nutrients from the leaves get carried down to the other cells and plants where it needs to be. And hold the leaves and branches out where they need to be held. So there's some photos of stems. Some can be quite thin and flexible, others are quite large and rigid like tree trunks, and stems themselves inside them tell a story as well. You know, the tree rings tell the story. So they tell us how old the tree is, and they tell us what the year was like. We've even learned about past climate changes from looking back at ancient tree rings. Okay, these ones here, the skinny ones, tell us when it was quite dry. So we can look here and see which years were the wet years and which were the dry years. So we've finally come around to the leaves. Okay. So we're going to look at the structure of leaf, their function, and this thing called photosynthesis. Okay, because that's what leaves do. That's what they're there for. They don't just sort of look pretty and green and flap in the wind. They're quite a complex beast and do some quite clever chemistry. So here's your structure of a leaf. Let's start from the top. So on the top we've got this thing called a cuticle. That's like a waterproof outside layer that covers the top and bottom of the epidermis, which is this top layer here, and here's the bottom epidermis here. Okay? That's like the skin on the top and bottom of the leaf, and the waterproof outside of it stop it losing moisture. Inside we've got this whole collective thing. It's called mesophyll kind of cells. And it comes in a couple of types. We've got what's called the palisade layer, okay, which are these tall, thin cells just beneath the top layer of the leaf. That's where most of this photosynthesis stuff happened. And down below them we've got this spongy layer here. Lots of gaps in the spongy layer. Air travels through there. And the air, or carbon dioxide, comes in through these holes in the leaf called stomata. So that comes in from the outside into the leaf, that's carbon dioxide coming in, and oxygen leaves through these holes called stomata. And it's spongy so that the gas can get in through all the cells and up to where it's needed in these palisade cells. And the last thing inside here we've got is this fancy word, vascular bundle, a vein. And we've got in here two types of veins. We've got this blue one, coloured blue, that means that's the water carrying stuff, or the xylem veins. And down below it we've got the ones that carry the food, or the phloem. I always remember that's because I remember hearing a teacher tell me that food flows in the phloem. And the other one must be xylem because it's got water. So that's your basic leaf structure. What does it do? It's there for photosynthesis. It's wide. Capture all that light energy. They're basically the solar panels of the plant. They're really thin, so that it's not so far for the gases that it needs for photosynthesis to travel. So they're going to be doing this process called photosynthesis, so using sunlight to make energy, so they're plant solar panels. So, photosynthesis, what's that all about? Our green plants, our producers, they're making the energy. From light energy, they make their own food. We can't do that. We're consumers. We rely on eating plants or things that have eaten plants to gather our energy that way. Plants use sunlight to make their own energy. Photosynthesis is the name of this process, using light to put things together, to synthesize food. And it happens in the leaves of the plant. So, they're green, they contain this chemical, it's a light trapping chemical called chlorophyll, traps the light energy, okay, and they're green because it reflects green light, it absorbs all the other colours. There are other types of chlorophyll that reflect other colours, but green is the most common. It's contained in these things called chloroplasts, which are little organelles in these the cells inside the leaf. Mostly in the palisade cells, but quite a few in the spongy layer as well. So inside the cell, you can see the green blobs there. We've got the central vacuole in the cell here, where a lot of water is stored, where we need things. But around the outside in the cytoplasm, we've got these green things, which are the chloroplasts. There's an enlargement showing some of the simple structures, showing the structures simply inside the chloroplast, where photosynthesis actually happens. And the light comes in, and they use the raw materials of carbon dioxide gas and water, and they turn that into starch, sugary starch, and oxygen, which is kind of useful for us because we put that into words. Carbon dioxide and water plus energy from the light becomes starch and oxygen. Now if we turn that around, this is what we do. We take in starch and oxygen, and that becomes, for us, waste products, carbon dioxide, water, and we get out of it energy for life, for us. All the chemical reactions inside us need energy, and it comes from the starch and oxygen that we take in. Where does that come from? It comes from the plants. So it's the same equation in the reverse direction. Where would we be without plants? They'd survive quite happily without us, but without plants we wouldn't have food, we wouldn't have the oxygen that we need to survive either. So, sort of summarising, leaves and photosynthesis, wide and thin, to do what they've got to do. Water's coming in through the stem from the roots. It's the blue arrow on here. Okay, so water's coming in. It's making the products which will then leave the cells and leaves the leaf via the same transport system. Carbon dioxide's coming in through the stomata into the leaf so it can do the photosynthesizing, and sunlight coming in from the top. The leaves are probably the most important part of the plant. Without the leaves, it can't make its energy, can't grow, can't feed itself. So Roots provide the water and the anchoring source. Stems hold the leaves up to the light and transport the products to and from, but the leaves are the key part of the plant. So that's the first part of our plant cycle, looking at the basic parts of pretty much any plant: the roots, the stems and the leaves. Hope that was helpful. Thank you.